Howdy everyone, Warsarcy here, and today we'll be looking at My Aunt is a Witch on PS4, also available on Nintendo Switch. My Aunt is a Witch is a visual novel point-and-click hybrid where you play as Thomas, a boy who is sent by his mean stepmother to visit his aunt who lives in a forest. As he approaches her house, he sees his Aunt Alice flying on a broom chasing after a cat that ends up being her ex-boyfriend that she turned into said cat. After he freaks out about witches and magic being real, she shows Thomas around, helps him settle in, and eventually he finds out that she's had apprentices whom all had died in her care and made her a sort of laughingstock among other witches, so he decides to become her student, and that sets the theme for the story. From there, the bits of gameplay are point and click where you'll go between rooms or screens and try to find stuff on a list, typically ingredients for a potion for Alice, which at the end will trigger a mini game where you have to mix a potion by pressing the right button combos within the time limit. Of course, there are a few times in the story where you'll be given a choice to make, with the wrong one ending in your death, but at least fetching you a trophy as well. To that, all I can say is that it's best to save often because you can save at almost any time. It'll help as there are also optional things you can do that will get you alternative trophies as well. There's a few of them I missed. A couple of them I'm not sure if they just didn't trigger or if they're alternate scenes, but it leaves room to go back and play through it again. The characters are very charming, each with their own personality that really draws you in, and lots of character building. The story is solid as well, and there's a perfect mix between the visual novel parts and the point and click sections, with there also being optional stuff you can click on that will add to the story, either majorly or small, just little bits of dialogue. There were a fair amount of spelling issues as well as a few grammatical ones, though since I'm not sure if English is the dev's main language, I'll give it a pass since it really didn't take away from the enjoyment I had with the game. But other than that, the only thing I didn't really like about the story is how suddenly it ended. The characters are all together ready to move on with the journey, and then you're just slapped with an abrupt to be continued screen, meaning there's going to be a sequel. At least hopefully there will be, because I'd hate for them to have intentions to continue it only for the story to get left off where it was, because like I said, I really enjoyed the story. There were parts that felt slow, but overall, the atmosphere of each scene is usually on point with sound effects and music, and some scenes even having constant animation. Either way, if there's a sequel, I'm looking forward to it and will hopefully review it as well. But if you want this game yourself, it's available on the PSN Store as well as the eShop for $10. I'd like to thank Sometimes You for sending me the review key. This is Warsarcy on the Game Clips channel, and I'm out.